Hey Bailey, how are you, girl? Hey guys, Von Typhoon here. Most of you guys know me as Dustin, and yes, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is another Vonnie's vlog. I am currently walking around my house because I don't know. I feel like sitting down doing nothing will be boring, and you guys probably want to see my dog again. I remember the first time I showed Bailey, she was more fluffy 2 years ago, but hey, Belle. Hey, Bailey. Whoa, explicit content. Alright, so. Why am I doing another Vonnie's vlog? Well, that's a good question. I don't know. Well, you probably have a few things in your head right now. One would be, damn, Dustin, you are looking less Jewish than the last time we talked. And I know, I'm looking less Jewish. It's been quite some time since I was rolling with the Jufro. I started, cutting my hair short, spiking it up. I think it looks pretty good. I've been getting compliments from my mom. No. I've just thought, hey, it'd be cool to do another Vonnie's vlog. It's been a while. And I think with all the things that RD's doing right now, it might be fun, So, oh, by the way, this is my current setup. I just thought it would be cool to show you. Hold on one second. Alright, so, you got, obviously, my printer and my modem and all that. Then my computer. And yes, it's a Sherlock background because, my God, that's one of the best shows. It's probably the best show I've ever seen. You got, our favorite Hobbit people, Martin Freeman. Alright, and that's my new TV that I went on an adventure to get. Along with my Xbox, with all its games. Yes, this is some weird contraption that my parents got me a few years ago for my Xbox. It's pretty cool. It holds games, controllers, whatever. That's my setup. Now, so I'm not doing Vonnie's vlog. I'm not going to do Vonnie's vlog that often. Roaming line. Alright, Linus. Alright, so, I'm not going to be doing Vonnie's vlog that often, and if you're wondering why... No, Belle, I'm not taking you out yet. We taught her to ring the bell if she has to make outside, but most of the time she just rings so she can go outside to play. Isn't that right, Bailey? Yes. Yes. Yeah, alright. So, I'm not going to be doing these Vonnie's vlog things that often, and if you're wondering why I stopped doing them, it's because, well, a combination of laziness, and I have so many things I'd rather be doing that I just, play games. So, that's just the way it is. Now, state of the guild? Let's see. What are we up to with the guild? Well, as far as Tor goes... As far as Tor goes, well, I don't know. I mean, Republic side is pretty empty right now. Since our main ops team couldn't get past hard mode EC, and since some of our main people refuse to do ops that they don't benefit from, i.e. normal modes and EC, KP, and Terraform Beyond, we don't have enough people to do ops on the Republic side, but hopefully we'll start them up soon. As for the Empire side, that's where most of our time has been going into. We've been leveling Imperial 50s so that we can do that stuff, and hopefully we'll be able to do ops within the month. I know we're only waiting on like 3 people, including myself. But we have enough people to do Imperial ops, and that's what we're planning on doing as far as Tor goes right now. Now, what else are we doing? Obviously, we are still waiting for private servers from the War Z so we can play zombies, but as of right now, War Z is failing epically, and it looks like the DayZ standalone game, DayZ standalone game is going to be the better option for us. Lotro. Thanks to Helm and Father, everyone started getting back into Lotro again. We're leveling. I know some people are up to Moria. I'm leveling with Tal. Lierre's been going crazy. I mean, I think as far as doing things with the guild, as far as that goes, you guys want to, and you're, shut up. Listen, I'm not gonna take you out right now. I'm trying to do a Vonnie's vlog, all right, Bailey? Okay? Okay? No, no. Give me like 5 minutes, Jesus. All right. Okay, so, as far as doing stuff with the guild, if you want to do that, if you want to be able to participate in guild activities, I'd say level a guy in Lotro, hang out with us on there, and level an Imperial to 50. You know, you can level a Republic to 50, but we still might need people, so Ops isn't looking good for the Republic side. Now, what are we doing on the site? The site, as you know, has had several changes. We changed the music to the theme of the Song of the Lonely Mountain. The Song of the Lonely Mountain from The Hobbit. Get out of my room. That song's amazing. Neil Finn and Howard Shore. We also edited 2 pages for Lord of the Rings. We have our Lord of the Rings, The Road Less Traveled homepage, and we have the Lord of the Rings online forums. Those probably will be getting more active as time goes on and we get more into Lotro. What else do we have? The Ancient story. That is probably the biggest thing going on in our forums right now. Since we've been getting into the Sith side, we started our Imperial Guild, which used to be the True Order. Now it is the Ancients, and I must say the story is getting great right now. If you haven't read the story yet, or if you're confused with how the story works and you're having a hard time following it, I'll explain it to you pretty quickly. I posted a forum on the it's titled like Info on the Ancients. Basically, it just explains what did I tell you? Shh. It explains what we're up to, and where the Ancients come from. Out of lore, just a few of us decided, hey, it'd be a cool idea if we made a guild that's full of just Greek mythology people. That's why I'm Atlas. Helm has Prometheus. Granted, he has Ra's al Ghul, but Helm's just Helm. We have Hephaestus, which is Lier. We have a bunch of characters. Aeon, which is Sotir. Tau. It just goes on. It just goes on a lot. But the story, as of right now, the story is looking great. In lore, I know some of you probably know I have a story, the Typhoon Legacy. I'm up to Act 2. But the epilogue of Act 1 introduces the Ancients and their role in my story and in the guild. Because I know you probably think, no, it's a Typhoon Legacy. It all has to do with all Vaughn's characters, and I don't really want to read about Vaughn, this and Vaughn that. But no, since I am I know some people don't think I am, just because I don't do that much anymore. Laziness has kicked in. But since I'm the leader of RD, a lot of the story revolves around guild history. We go into what we used to be before the Republic Defenders. We were the Republic's first. We are going into the True Order before we became the Ancients, and we're into the Ancients also. So if you want to know about our guild history, I suggest reading my story. It's actually pretty interesting. I know I have a few people that enjoy it. And the epilogue introduces the Ancients. The epilogue to Act 1. I started Act 2 with a prologue that basically explains where the Ancients came from. I know when I went into detail. By the way, I'm about to spoil it right here. So, if you want to read before I spoil everything, I'd say read the epilogue to my Act 1, read the prologue to my Act 2, and read Father's whole ancient story. That story, he did a phenomenal job on, I must say. Props to him. He is currently writing basically the entire ancient story. I mean, it's not the entire thing, obviously, but He's doing a good job. And I suggest reading that. But, alright, so now pause it if you want to read that before I say anything. Alright, 3, 2, 1, now you're screwed. So, basically what happened was some people thought it was kind of silly of how I said that the ancients got trapped twice. Well, let me explain it to you in a simpler way so that you understand what I mean by being trapped twice. Think of an igloo, alright? An igloo. Gaia, the Chiss leader who fought Ra's al Ghul and tried to take over Korriban, she's the last remaining person of her army, and she runs into this igloo. It's really a dome, but, you know, I'm just using igloo so you guys understand what I mean. She runs through the front door, Raz and his army follows. You know, you have the commanders, Hephaestus, Prometheus, Atlas, and they all charge in there, and then Gaia's by herself, so, you know, they're not going to slaughter her. Raz wants to make a big show of her and say how he's defeated her and all that, because that's how Raz is. He wants to show off his power. So he challenges her to a one-on-one combat. She was expecting this. They begin fighting. They kind of circle around, so now she's towards the exit and entrance, the only one, and she hightails it out of there, locks it from the inside, and hits the bell. No, she hits the I don't know. I guess the pad that carbonizes everything on the inside, because it wasn't just her base. It was a prison made for the ancients. When she hit the button, it carbonized everyone inside, and it also filled up with water. So she was thinking, all right, that's not going to hold them forever. But if I open the door again, that means everything will be reversed. You know, the water will come out, they'll be freed from their carbonized state, and they will kill her. So she gets out of there, and what happens? Hundreds of years pass, and then at that point, you know, Korriban, it's very rocky, a lot of cliffs. Rock formations begin to form around the igloo, and it begins covering it up. So it looks like a cave at this point, except it's like a cave on the side of a cliff, like kind of how I put it in my epilogue, just not as big as it was in my epilogue because it's not been that long. But so basically, someone, we don't know who, went into the cave that he found, opened the I guess the door, unlocking the ancients and releasing them, and not knowing what would happen. They were freed, and then they began to conquer Korriban again. Well, that was all fine and dandy. They began recruiting new ancients that they found in other species states, like, for instance, Bellona. She is a Mereluca, I think. Yeah, a Mereluca. And they recruited her because she happens to be the goddess, the Roman goddess, but goddess nonetheless, of warfare. And as time goes on, some of the ancients are like, hey, you know, we aren't in this for power and control. We're in this to unify everyone and bring peace. Well, obviously, Sith aren't like this. So then they realize, well, I guess Sith isn't our path, or at least some of them did. So, okay, Bailey, I'm going to take you out in 5 minutes, all right? What is it? It's been 14 minutes. Holy crap! Let me wrap this up. So, sorry. They try and get a plan to trap them again, and then Gaia comes in, and you know, she's like, "Hey," she was disguised as a Chiss farmer that they didn't know about, but she says, "Hey, listen, I know how to trap them." She brings them to the cave where they were released from, and then they devise a plan. A Sith military base that was in the cave was working to destroy the ancients. Bellona and the rebels led the ancients above the igloo, high above, like where the cliff is at, and said, "Hey, dig down. We can hit them. We can hit them by surprise. If we can't walk through the front door, obviously, so we'll hit them from above and we'll kill them." Well, it was the top of the igloo. And they jumped in, and then someone in the cave entrance closed the door and locked them all in. Now, obviously, that's where his army jumped in. But he didn't put all of his forces there. Like, people are like, hey, Dustin, you're an idiot. I can't believe they fell for the same thing twice. The story's kind of dumb. No. Some people were left, but the rebels handled them because the ancients, remember, were in the thousands. And the rebels were, not as much as 1,000, but there was a good amount of them, so they were able to handle the rest of the ancients that were not trapped with Raz, Atlas, and all the other ones. So yeah, that's basically the story. If you still decide to watch this and then read my prologue to Act 2, my epilogue to Act 1, and read Father's story. I'll probably end up writing something in Father's story, but it's really good. He's done a great job, and he's going to get everyone involved. Oh, well, we all will. So yeah, that's basically where we at. Oh, and this is a call out to John Zhangba, because he decided to call me out in his latest real-life video, saying that my knife collection wasn't, at its best, alright? Well, I don't know what he's talking about. A butter knife is a very lethal weapon, and I would be scared shitless if someone tried to hit me with one of these things. I mean, tell me I have a butter knife in here. Bam. I mean, if someone, he was in the military. They trained the military to fight off, maybe knife-on-knife combat, but they didn't train you against butter knives. You are unaware how to defend yourself against a butter knife. I can kick your ass with this thing, and I will, if you don't stop making fun of me for my butter knife, alright? Okay. Thank you. This is Vonnie's vlog. It's gonna be a while since I do another one of these, so farewell.